Hello everybody and a warm welcome to Berringer, and I have a layout update for you on the big corner project, and I also have some new additions to show you. So since we're at the town scene end, I will show you firstly the new additions to the layout. First up on our list of new additions is this Leyland road train Arctic lorry, and this is new from Base Toys, and its code is DA91 from what I remember, and it's a lovely lorry, and I have been sort of barking on a little bit about getting some 80s lorries, and in fact most of my lorries are actually Leyland road trains. There's a few exceptions, as you can probably see on the background to the left. There's actually a Mercedes lorry, and over at B&Q there's also a DAF lorry, but most of them are Leyland road trains. Now Base Toys have actually slightly tweaked the design on the road train, just ever so slightly. For the better, I think. I think it actually looks a bit. It's much more improved model. For a start, you can see the headlights here are not painted on. They're just actually little. I don't know what you call them. Whether they call them beads or whatever, of just clear plastic. So it actually looks like headlights. It's not just painted on. And I'll demonstrate it to you, and I'll show you shortly my other Leyland road train just to show you the comparison. On the back of it also has the registration plate, and it also has indicators. So if I just show you the back of it, it's from Mines Recovery Rescue Services, I should say. I don't know if you can see it, but at the back there's detailing on the back there, which the earlier ones just didn't come with that sort of detail. So they have tweaked it, they have improved it, and it is a much better model. I did see a DAF, which some of you may be aware of, also for the 80s, by Oxford die-cast, and that costs about £21 or something. This particular Leyland road train cost me £9.95, so it is a huge difference in price, and I actually like the road train very much. And if I should take you to my other one, which is here, it's an Arctic, and you can see the difference right away. There's a number of differences that you can see, and the first main difference is that the fact that the headlights are painted on instead of the beads. Also the number plates are also in the wrong colour, in terms of it's got the black background with the white letters, as opposed to the white background with the black letters. Also another difference, subtle difference, is the mudguard here. It's just all over red. It hasn't been painted in black, and also there is absolutely no detailing on the back of this either. So those are the subtle differences, but either way, I do love the Leyland road train anyway, this one as well, and it does convey the era that I am modelling. Now the next one to show you is, if I just move a few of my vehicles along to get a good closer look, is this one here. And it's a little Rover, a Land Rover I should say, and this one, I have actually got one already, but except it's in the British Rail livery, whereas this one is actually in the British Telecom livery. It's actually the same as the other one, except the registration plate is older to reflect the livery of the British Telecom van, and again that suits the era that I'm modelling very well indeed. One piece of rolling stock news is this Class 90, locomotive news I should say really, and my Class 90, which I actually got today, it's nothing new. It's actually a second hand, and it's an old Class 90 from Hornby. It hasn't got a working pantograph, and it hasn't got lights or anything like that. It's just a fairly solid older DC Class 90, which I do like indeed. I got it for a really good price. and also it creates a bit of variety on my mail train, and I can swap it over with the 47 that I use normally with it. And I like delivery, I like it on the 90, and I just thought I'd give it a bash because I liked it. Again, it doesn't really particularly, I guess, fit as such in terms of the area, but hey ho, I like it anyway nonetheless. And she runs really well as well. And to be honest, considering it's an old model, she's in pretty good shape, and the detailing and level of it isn't actually that bad. So I'm really pleased with it, and I'm glad to have it on my layout. Just before we head off for our rolling stock news, this is where my third base toys lorry, Leyland Road Train, lives. And this is again another of the older example ones of the Leyland base toys. Again with the painted lights and the sort of incorrect registration plate, and also it doesn't have any detailing in terms, in terms of lighting and registration plate on the back. But however, it's a really nice model, and this one and the red one were both very difficult to get hold of. They're very difficult now to still get hold of, so I'm happy to have them on my layout. Also, a couple more China clay wagons have turned up on my layout to add to the rest of them. So I now have 6 in total. Oops, I'm just trying to zoom out a bit, try to negotiate the scenery. So now I've got another 2 which has been added to the current rake, and it's these 2 on the end. They're slightly different to my others in terms of I don't think these are weathered, or very loose, lightly. I don't think they are weathered at all, to be truthful. If you can see the difference between this one here, and you see the bogies, the bogey and the bottom, it's all dusted over, whereas these 2 look relatively clean. However, they're exactly the same, and they add a nice little bit of extra length to the China Clay Works tray, and yeah, it works very nicely. And currently at the head of the China Clay train is this Class 37 Glendarroch 37403. So here we are at the big corner project side, and that's where the update is going now. And what I've done is I've basically now laid the track, but I haven't actually done any scenery to it, and I've simplified it a lot. So basically here we go, it's now double track all the way along, and like I said, I haven't ballasted it or anything, it's only just been laid today really, and basically I'm going to be testing it for a little while before doing any ballasting and basically doing additional scenery work. But what I had been doing is just to simplify the points. So basically the down main, which is this one here, is now straight all the way down, and basically it ties in with the up main towards the curve end. And now these 2 points here just feed into the down main, and then obviously any trains from Moorwood would come on the wrong side just to negotiate these 2 points here. So it's a little short hop, but it's much better like that. I think I'm going to bring this side out. I've got a few ideas of what I might do with that, and then that will widen this top part as well. I have already done some scenery work, and if I should take you along, and as you can see, this is where it kind of feeds in. The tunnel mouth area has been pulled back. As you can see, I think it used to come out to about there, and now it's gone further back. Like I said, I've already covered some scenery work on this already, because whilst it was easier to do it now whilst there was no track, and I'd ripped out the track and ripped out the ballast, so it's easier to do it now. So I've now created this rock face, and this is the rock face in the cheap way. It's very cheap and easy. I mean, I was deliberating as to whether or not I was going to use Woodland Scenics, but in truth it was just too expensive. I haven't actually finished this by any stretch of the imagination, as you can see. I mean, obviously apart from the obvious, which is the ballasting, I've still got a load more foliage and things to do here. A lot of this inspiration has actually come from Pete Waterman's Railway at Leamington Spa, so if you're not familiar with it, I suggest you have a good look. It's a no gauge and it's steam actually. He does run some diesel on there, but I actually watch it because I just love watching the scenery work that they do, and basically I've learned a lot, and some of this rock face has actually come from there. And if any of you are interested, I can always do a tutorial on how I've created this or something like that, and I've done it on this side as well here, so it's really good. I haven't done it on this side, like I said before, because I wasn't sure quite how this side was going to come out, but I'm so pleased with it that I'm more than likely going to do the same across this side of the layout here. But I'm really pleased with it. So at the moment I'm still in the process of testing the track work, seeing if I'm happy with it, seeing that everything runs alright. At the other side I've had to do some more work, which is basically I've lifted all the ballasting up until this point here. So basically this is all going to be tested for a while and see whether I can live with it. It all looks a bit kind of iffy and ropey at the minute, but it will all come together once I'm happy with it. It's just in the meantime it's only just been laid, so I just want to literally run it for a while, a few weeks or so, see how I get on, see if anything crops up, adjust any points or holes or whatever before doing it all properly. I'm going to actually probably add some, where are we, excuse me, stuff like relay boxes and things and dummy point motors for the points, just to create that extra bit of realism. I mean, now I've got this kind of broken up and in this sort of state I can really sort of do it properly and stuff like that. So if you look down the track now, it's pretty much straightened out a lot. I mean, the stuff that I could get away with I've kind of left as it is, so I'm not going to create a huge amount more extra work for myself, but hopefully over the summer, within the next few weeks or so, this end, the corner end, will look a lot better. I've also, if I take you up to the village, I've got the road to redo, which is what I'm going to be doing. That's one of the things that I'm going to be doing as well. All of this village area is going to be tackled again, but I have done some extra work on it. Like I said, I brought the foliage around and moved it around, and also we've got an area there that I've done as well, which basically is just to sort of create a gap. This pathway has now been blocked off. There used to be a pathway over here, but I just thought maybe it's a bit too dangerous and stuff like that. So I'm still going to add some more foliage along the top. I'm also to sort of get rid of this line here, this harsh line, to try and break it up and smoothen it out. I'm probably going to put a little bit more height along here as well. And also I'm going to get on with the canal scene and get a canal boat as well and bring that to life, and maybe get a back scene for this part of it. So there's still a fair amount to do on this corner, on the corner project, but so far so good. I mean, now essentially all the way from B&Q all the way down to the other end of the layout is all double track all the way down, and so that's going to be really cool. So you can see what's been done really. There's still a lot more work to go, but we'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and sorry, I'm just hoping to be a bit in and out with my... Yeah, I quite like that. Let me know your thoughts, see what you think. I quite like that, it's all nicely overgrown. But yeah, I'm going to do some more along here, just to break up the rock face a little bit more. But like I say, if any of you are interested in a tutorial or something like that, then please let me know, and I will probably do something when I maybe do this side, this section or something like that. I'll show you how I do it. So take care, and thanks for watching, and feel free to comment and subscribe, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.